Okay, I think I'm live now. Uh, I was on probably a few days ago now, I don't remember. And I started talking about the Roaring Twenties. Yeah, that's it. And it started about that and saying a few things about the 20s. And I find myself talking about my life story. Well, I will continue my life story, but right now I want something else I want to talk about. And I'm just going to move this thing a little bit. It looks like I had some top of my head there, up here, but that's the window back there behind me. It's dark out. It looks like I got the stupid thing on my head, but I don't. So anyhow, I don't know how many people out there watching or how many people will watch this at this point. And I did pick up a couple of subscribers because of this. So I figure that's a great thing. And anyhow, what I want to talk about is I got to be one of the few people in the world, today's world, who doesn't have a cell service. And yeah, I got a cell phone, but I have no service. And that's what I want to talk about, the cell phone and the service. Mainly the service, not so much the phone itself. Because I don't have any cell service, this now is a mini tablet. So I can go Wi-Fi with it. And I try to go live on YouTube with it, like I am right now, but it wouldn't let me. YouTube wouldn't let me because I didn't have enough subscribers. Oh, I said, okay. So I won't bother using a cell phone to go live. I just use my regular computer like I'm doing now, which makes another comment I just want to make while I'm thinking about it, is the fact I'm on live. People have heard me. I have seen their comments on the computer. Why do people go out and buy all this big fancy equipment, big microphone stands, microphones with a spit guard, all this stuff to go live when a simple computer will do the job? I don't know. Maybe they want to look professional. Well, that's fine. To each their own. And but not me. Well, first of all, I couldn't afford all that stuff anyhow. So anyhow, or just in case you're wondering what this other string attached to me is, that's my button for my lifeline. If anything happens, I press that and help will come. How soon, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll never have to test it. So anyhow, back to my cell phone. I said I got to be one of the few people in the world who does not have cell service. And you wonder why, if I don't have cell service, why do I keep the phone? Well, first of all, I paid a lot of money for it, a whopping $168. And second of all, even though I don't have cell service with it, I can turn it on and it'll still allow me to dial 911 in the case of emergency. And I say, well, why do you have that? Because I have a lifeline button and I have another regular phone somewhere. It's over here. Here's show it to you. Well, a cordless phone here. I dial 911 on. Yeah, that's all well and good. I do have that stuff. But I'll just tell you a quick story. What happened one night is because, I'm on oxygen, as you know from this thing. I'm on oxygen 24/7. And one night we lost power. When I lose power, I lose my source of oxygen. And I do have backup tanks, which I had to that particular night because I wasn't really organized. I never thought about it until it happened. I have backup tanks I can hook myself to till the power comes back on. And of course, at night. I mean, usually seem to lose power. Always seems to be at night in the dark. I don't know why. Very rarely during the day. It's usually at night. And when I lose power, now I lose my oxygen. I lose my cordless phone, and I lose my lifeline because there's no power to supply power to these units. So anyhow, I thought about battery backup to it. And I said, well, I inquired about it, and to get a battery backup was way too much money. Way too much money. I wasn't going to pay it. And so I got it. There has to be something else I can do. Well, so anyway, before I start telling the story, that's why I got this here. I'm going to tell you the story behind it, why I don't have cell service in a minute. But anyhow, so that night I lost power. I somewhat panicked because I didn't have my tanks nearby me. So I was kind of crawling around the floor, huffing and puffing and gasping for breath, trying to find my backup tanks to get myself some oxygen. And I finally did anyhow. And I said, I'm not going to go through that again. Something has to be something I can do. And there is. What I do now is I'm just reaching for it so I can show it to you. A backup tank for oxygen. I have 3 of these. And I have one here beside me where I'm sitting here, as I just showed you. Also down there beside that, I have a flashlight. So if I lose power, I can just reach down, grab my flashlight, put that on to see what I'm doing, hook myself to the oxygen. So I don't have to panic. I also have same type of setup beside my bed in my bedroom. So I have a tank there with a light, battery run light. So if I lose power when I'm in bed, I don't panic. I just calmly, I try to stay calm and hook up to my oxygen tank until the power comes back on. And I basically have that in the 2 spots where I spend most of my life. Yeah, I do spend time in the kitchen in the morning, but I don't keep a tank out there. Because mainly I'm only out there in the mornings when I have my breakfast and so forth, or when I'm trying to prepare a meal for myself. And 9 out of 10 times I'm in the kitchen just during daylight hours. So if I lost power, I can still see what I'm doing and I'm able to get to my tanks. So anyhow, that's why these tanks are set up. It's also a reason why I kept this phone. If I lost power, my lifeline is gone, my regular house phone is out, but I can still call 911 on my cell phone. So that's why I keep it. And I got this through Sprint. And the story behind Sprint is, of course, as you probably realize, I said in other broadcasts that I'm old school. I'm still trying to learn this new technology, and I'll never know it. I'll never know it all and be familiar with all the new technology that's out there, because most of it I have no use for it. This Instagram, Snapchat, Kitty Cat, or whatever these things are they have out there. I mean, what good are they except to tell everybody your business? So I tell enough of my business right here. That's all I need. So anyhow, back to Sprint. This goes back a few years. Now, I don't know exactly what year it was. It's 3 or 4 years ago. I went to a Sprint office, and it seemed like a good deal to get cell service, X amount of dollars for unlimited cell service and unlimited data, so I access the internet and regular without worrying about using up data. It'd be unlimited. But I had to buy one of their phones. So I did. And I bought this particular phone. Wasn't the most cheapest, wasn't the cheapest one, but wasn't the most expensive either. So anyhow, they hooked me up to it, and everything was going fine. I was very happy with the service at that time. And so anyhow, time goes by, and the store, I left the store and time was going by, and I'm using the phone and so forth. And all of a sudden, it's been a month and a half. I haven't got a bill. So stupid me, I called the store, and the store said, "Oh, they don't send you a bill." I said, "What do you mean they don't send you a bill?" No, either you come into the store to pay it in person in the store, or you pay it, or they send you a text on your phone, and you pay using your phone. I said, "No, I don't do business that way. You send me a bill, I'll write a check, and that's how I've always done business." I mean, what's this? I'm not going to pay over the. I don't like paying over the phone. And so anyhow, they said, "Well, that's your choices. They won't send. Sprint doesn't send out bills." And I said, "Well, they don't send out bills. Okay, they're going to get rid of the service because I'm not going to be. I'm not going to think to check my email or my phone texts all the time to see how much money I owe. They can't send me a bill. They can't be bothered to send me a bill. I can't be bothered with the service." So, anyhow, so I figured, well, what if I cancel this? I'm going to have to take a trip to the store, which is 3 miles down the road, which is a chore for me now because I'm pretty much homebound. I don't get out much. Very, very rarely do I get out of the house. And when I do, it's only in extremely good weather. So, anyhow, I managed to get over to the store. Said, "I want to cancel the service." So they said, "Okay, that's fine. If you have to cancel, you have to pay how much you're going to owe. You have to owe for this month's service and this much for the balance of on the phone you bought, and blah blah blah." And I said there might be additional charges next month, a partial month. And I says, "Fine, whatever it is, I'll pay it. Just tell me what it is." He told me what it is. I wrote him a check. In fact, no, I didn't write him a check. I used my credit card, and I paid it. And that was that. Now I think we're done and good. Out of service disconnected. And he said, "Well, now," I said, "Did you buy the phone back?" And he says, "No." So, okay, that's why I get stuck with the phone. So, okay, I got a phone now, no service. But I did discover I can dial 911 on it. And that's a good thing. That's why I kept it. But anyhow, as I continue on with the Sprint service, this is why I'll never go back to Sprint. There's a month went by, a whole month. And guess what I got in the mail from Sprint? A bill. A bill for $8 for balance for partial month of service. I says, "What the F these people doing? I thought they didn't send out bills. And here they are sending me a bill for a miserable $8. I said, "They sent me a bill in the first place on a regular monthly basis. I would have paid the bill. They still have a good customer." But no, they don't send out bills. That's what they told me. They don't send out bills. Then how come I got this bill in the mail? I said, "Screw this." I wrote a check and I sent the $8 to, in fact, no, I did go back to the store to pay the $8. They gave the guy an earful. I says, "You people, you work for the dumbest company in the world." I said, "You told me they don't send out bills. Here they send me a bill for $8 for a partial month." I said, "They sent me the bill in the first place. You would have a happy customer. But now you have an irritated ex-customer. That's me. So here's your lousy $8. See you later. Oh, by the way, give me a freaking receipt for the $8. I don't trust you people." So anyhow, that was that. That was a number of years ago. And that's where I got the phone from. So I will never do business with Sprint again. And apparently, I'm not the only person who had problems with Sprint. Come to find out, and if some other people I know had Sprint and got rid of it because of different problems they were having with Sprint. And of course, if you ask my opinion on cell companies, I would say the one that's out there, the one company that gives you the best coverage and best service, best cell service and coverage is probably AT&T. And people don't argue with me. Don't argue with me because, yeah, AT&T is a little more expensive than some of these other services, but it's the case you get what you pay for. I think the worst one out there is Verizon. It makes Sprint and Verizon are probably close neck and neck as the two worst companies out there. I have a brother and I have a sister, both live in Florida, and they use Verizon service. And I tell you, it sucks. Every time I call them, guaranteed I get noise on the phone with them. I call anybody else in the world, I don't have a problem unless they have Verizon. These two, but that's how I can tell they have Verizon. They have this noise that comes out with these, and they have an intermittent service. Once in a while, they lose the signal, they drop the signal. Now it's probably due to where they are, but still, it's Verizon service, so that means their signal's not the best in the world. So, to me, because I don't have any cell service now, but years ago I did. My wife and I, we had everything on AT&T service, house phone, internet, blah blah, whole 9 yards. And then I finally converted over because I was paying way too much money for it. And with the wife gone and everything, I had to cut back on some of the money I was spending. So I couldn't afford all that service. So I had to cut back. And now I have Comcast internet and Comcast phone. Probably not the best in the world, but it's not I get by with it anyhow. And so that's the story on Sprint. I just thought I'd share that with you folks, and just trying to put this phone back where I had it. And over that over there, I have a table two-tier table, which I put my stuff on, and that's why you see me a lot of times reach over. That's where I keep my water and everything. And anyhow, as of right now, I see nobody is making any comments, but that's fine. So of course, the only way I can tell if anybody's watching, listening to me is by writing a comment. So anyhow, I just thought of this. I don't know if I ever mentioned my last vlog, which is a few days ago, and I gotta review it because I don't remember where I left off. I was talking about my dogs. I don't know if I ever even said it in my last video or not. My name is Richard, by the way. That's why, just so I can be a little more personal with you. That way, you know who I am. Yeah, and so anyhow, I'm not going to talk much longer. You probably heard my clock over there. There it is. Mental clock is right there. That's a mental clock. It's not an expensive one, but it's battery operated. It doesn't keep good time, but it's accurate on the hour. It rings the Westminster chimes. And it's a series of 16 bells. Well, when it rings a full circuit, it rings 4 every quarter. Every 15 minutes, it rings 4. Quarter after, it rings 4. On half hour, it rings 8. And on the quarter of the hour, it rings 12. That's right, yeah. So it's 16 bells, yeah. 16. And on the hour rings the full 16, then it strikes the hour, whatever the hour might be. That works fine, but it doesn't. The clock part of it doesn't keep accurate time. But I don't care. I never look at it because it's kind of behind me, and I have a clock in front of me across the room. I can see the time on, and but I keep it because I hear the chimes. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, a lot of times the chimes go off. I can get an idea of the time. Well, as far as if it rings the hour, I know exactly what time it is. But it doesn't ring the hour, then I'm just guessing. I can tell if it's quarter after, quarter over, half past something. But I can't tell the hour. But anyhow, that's it's one of those things I keep. So also, I gotta do I promised a girl, a young lady, I do a PSA for her about non-smoking. And I'm not going to get into it on this video here and half about not smoking because people should be smart enough to know you shouldn't be smoking. It's not good for you. But anyway, that's beside the point. I don't want to get into the thing here. I'm going to do a separate video. In fact, I got my video camera set up. I have a little inexpensive camera. I just show it to you. Not a little inexpensive tripod. I'm just reaching for it. Here it is. Yeah. It's on a tripod with a camera. That it does well. It's not the most expensive camera in the world, but it gets the job done. Yeah. If I get that back, there it goes. Yeah, so I'll be doing PSA. I told I'll do it this weekend. Well, the weekend's just about gone by now. So I'm not going to do it tonight. It's too late. Probably do it tomorrow sometime. Because her sister was in the early 20s, or mid 20s, is a smoker. And I'd like to see her quit. Well, I figure if I do a PSA, she might plant a seed to her smoking because, because this is led to, this is what my smoking led to. My freedom goes as far as this hose will take me. And so anyhow, yeah, I'm not gonna say, I don't know what to say exactly next time I'll do a live video because I don't want to make that commitment because I'm not one, I don't keep it a lot of times. I'm just trying to adjust this, so I don't know where I want that. That's good there, I guess. And I did watch a lot of football this afternoon, or this weekend, to yesterday and today. And three of the teams I rooted for lost. Well, one team I rooted for won. Okay, first of all, yesterday's games between Buffalo and Texans. Houston won. I was rooting for Buffalo. I don't know why. I just picked a team. Of course, I'm a Patriots fan, and the Patriots played Tennessee, and they lost, and the Patriots lost. Doesn't surprise me any. So I remember way back when, before the days of Tom Brady, that the Patriots were the patsies of the league. So it doesn't bother me if they lose. But I root for them anyhow. Always have, always will. And today I rooted for the afternoon game. It was Minnesota and New Orleans. And I rooted for Minnesota. Why? I don't know. I like purple, so I picked them as the team to root for, and they won. And tonight, or the late afternoon game, I should say, was I'm trying to think who played. It was oh wow, it was Philadelphia and Seattle. Well, I'm not a big fan of either one of those teams. So I decided to root for Philadelphia, and they lost. So 3 out of the 4 teams I was rooting for lost. I'm used to it. Doesn't bother. Has no effect on my life if they win or lose. And so, but I just figured to make it more interesting, you have to root for one team. So I picked a team and rooted for them. If they won, great. If they lose, that's the way it goes. Yeah. Which goes back to an old saying I heard from a wrestler many years ago. I don't know if anybody out there, you people follow professional wrestling or not, but there was a wrestler, Jesse Ventura. He had a saying. I love the saying. He says, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. I love that saying when he says that. Yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of like it. I don't know why. Doesn't mean I cheat, but I just like the saying. But anyhow, I don't think no, he doesn't wrestle anymore. He's too old. I can't imagine him wrestling. He was a mayor for some small town for a while. Then he actually ran for governor. I don't know, Minnesota. And he won. He was actually governor for a term in Minnesota. Amazing. So I don't know how good of a governor he was. I don't know. I have to talk to people in Minnesota about that. I have no idea. And, but it's the case where, but he's not the first professional sports person to go into politics. So I guess a guy by the name of Bradley used to play professional basketball. He went into politics in New Jersey somewhere, become a representative or a senator or something. I don't remember. I don't know. It wasn't in Massachusetts, so I don't. So I don't follow politics that closely. And because all I know, the politicians say the same thing. Ever since I can remember, the last 60 years, every time a politician runs for office, they say, "Vote for me. I'm gonna make changes, make things better." Well, every time they say, of course, they've been saying that ever since I can remember, and every politician says it every time they run for office. And the funny thing is, when they get into office, nothing changes. It's the same old crap. It's been that way for years, and that's part of the problem with politics. But anyhow, and another comment I make about politics, and I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, or whatever party you belong to. And what if you don't belong to a party? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I have a theory that issues don't matter when it comes to elections. People vote their own agendas, and issues have nothing to do with it, even though they claim it does, but I don't think so. They vote either vote by party, or they vote because the union tells them to vote that way, or they vote that a certain way because the boss recommends that, or the church recommends it, or they like the way the person looks, or where the person comes from, or whatever reason. They find seems to have 1,001 reasons to vote for a person. None of them seem to be issues. So they target issues doesn't mean a thing. You know? Yeah. And I live in Massachusetts, which is a very democratic state. It has been for a long, long time, ever since I can remember. So when I first registered to vote, I registered as an independent, and I didn't want to declare a party one way or the other. And basically what I do now. With our exceptions, but generally, in local elections, I generally vote Republican because Democrats always seem to win. Well, I gotta try. So my effort by voting Republican is that I'm trying to offset the balance of power. But one vote don't do it. And whoever's running for office doesn't really matter because whoever gets in, they all do the same thing. And I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat. So anyhow, enough about politics. I've been rambling on for about a half hour now, and I think I might call it quits early because almost didn't do this vlog tonight. So I wasn't really feeling that great. Didn't have the ambition to do it, but I did it. Mainly, I wanted to get on and talk about Sprint, the cell service I don't have from Sprint. Phone's turned off at the moment, and now it's more just a small Wi-Fi tablet. Anyhow, oh, excuse me. Oh, must be time of day, not the company. Anyhow, get that. There we go. Pointer out of the way so you don't have to look at it. And that's it. I don't have much more to say. I don't want to get into. Maybe next time I'll pick up on my history, on my memories, whatever you want to call it, from where I left off. I think I left off at after one of my dog's patches, I think. I'll probably have to review the the video a little bit so I know where I left off, so I know where to pick up. I try to pick up anyhow. Why anybody wants to listen to my life story? Don't know. Doesn't matter. If you're the one else, do it great. If not, it's all right. It's out there. Anyhow, I do have some other vlogs already out there, which talk about my life a little bit. Not in great detail, but you don't want to know the details. I don't want to bore you that much. So, okay, that's it. I'm going to call it quits. I get my pointing down here where it belongs. And now, nothing else. I just want to talk about Sprint. They kind of contradicted themselves, and because of it, they lost a customer. Well, apparently don't care. That's the problem on these big companies. They lose one or two customers, they don't care. They're still making money. So, yeah. Oh, talk about making money. That reminds me. I want to talk about, here we go, this is my clock going off. Just want to mention one thing about companies making money. You know, these companies always claim how much money they're losing. I mean, companies come out and say, oh, we lost $1 million last year. Oh, we lost $10 million last year. And year after year, these companies keep saying they're losing money. I mean, what a load of bull this is. Bull crap. I mean, how stupid do you think these companies think we are? No company is going to lose $10 million a year every year to stay in business. And my theory is very simple. What they consider a loss isn't a loss. Because a lot of these companies do sales forecasts or revenue forecasts. And they forecast to make a certain amount of money. Or just say they expect to make $60 million this year. That's their forecast, revenue forecast. Then after the year's up, in reality, they only made $40 million instead of the 60. Well, they consider that difference between 40 or what they really earn and what they forecast. The difference between the two, they consider that a loss. So now they report it, which is a bunch of crap. But that's business for you. That's true or not, I don't know. Sounds good anyhow, doesn't it? Sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but I really don't. But anyhow, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Time for me to go. Until next time, have a good night. Bye for now.